What a beautiful day, people. Welcome on. Come on in. What a beautiful day. It is indeed. Make sure I got my thing up right. I'm good to go. I'm on this walk and talk again. Um, as you can see, my title is very, 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 very much informational in itself. But we're about to go into some details here because, as you know, it's an election time here in this Virginia and this um, locally, and I'm hearing a lot of fear mongering. I'm just tired of it. I'm sick and tired of it. Fear mongering people, putting people in a sense of state of fear. It's man, I'm sick of it because you know I talk about why do you feel like you have to be so dependent on a group of people? Why do we feel like we, as a group of people, why isn't it not time for us to grow? Growth is very critical in everything. It's called growing and moving forward out of something that has proven to only be connected or in tandem with our destruction and our demise. So, why don't we it's the same with everything. All we would really have to do is stop and analyze some things. You know what I'm saying? Stop and analyze certain things and just some things that are not working for us, like in our school systems. We will sit in it and allow it to be in the situation, in the state, I should say, that it is in without really analyzing what the problem is and resolving it. The same with the Black community as a whole. We're not doing that. We're not analyzing. We're in total ignorance when it comes to things like that. And we're just like, well, some things we need to figure out ourselves. And once we can figure out, we come out of that ignorance, then we can make moves forward, like on reparations and stuff like that. But when you're disorganized and you're not trying to resolve or point out the nicks and crannies on that vehicle that utilizing. We're utilizing a vehicle here. This is not our system. And this system that we're utilizing, that we're renting, is not working for us at all. You know. And we know that we were forced into the system, and being forced into the system is a total um, it was a total disaster before we even got into it, because we've had a lot taken and destroyed by the very people we ended up having to come together with. We've had a lot of murder. We've had a lot of violence done to us. We've had a lot of things happen to us by the very people we've had to you know, engage and come become a part of, you know. Hey, so when you look at that, you look at it as if for people, weak. I tell you, very weak people to be for us to look up to. Very weak people. They're weak because they don't care really, and they're ignorant. They're ignorant. They're ignorant to the fact that you cannot continue doing the same things and expect a change. You cannot continue in the same energy. So we're in a low state of energy. We're in a low state of energy expecting ourselves to, in a low state of energy. What I mean by that is we have been incorporated into the enemy's camp where they seeked us, they destroyed us, and now they have control. We've allowed control over us for a long period of time now, and they're enacting that control. They're enacting that control, and it's been over long period of time that they've been able to enact that control upon us as a people. So the elites who are behind all this, you see, much of the stuff is automatic. Much things that have been put into play against us are automatic, and we do that ourselves. We push the button to make it the system automatically work as a continuously against us. When we start, well, let's do the stop first. When we stop giving credence and credit where none is due, and start giving it to where it's due, how you doing? Then we will get rid of, I would say, a large percent of our ignorance, because we would start looking inward into self. We would start looking at our own group and looking at our own selves, holding accountability and starting to make moves to get some weak people out of the way, because we know those are red room people who many of you call go along gangs, and you know uh the go along get along gang, and the mammies and um the coons and all of those who make who move in ignorance. Squirrel didn't like that. He almost knocked me upside my head with a nut. He must have had another life. I better be careful with some of these animals in here. You know what I'm saying? So it's just lunchtime for them. It's lunchtime for the animals. So basically, the ones who, right now, they don't know they're using fear tactics, because fear is something that runs rapid in our community. I'm just being honest with you. I'm not really been trying to be funny. But it is unfortunate how fear runs rampant, and they're playing on our emotions. They play on our emotions. We do have issues within our community, obviously, and that shouldn't be hard to see. But the other race doesn't see what they have inflicted upon our people. So at times, but you know, we have really endured. We have really endured a lot as a people. We got all kinds of things going on with us that don't really get the attention that it needs. You know, we don't get no attention because perpetrators that we that have done this to us, we think they have some kind of power. We think they have some kind of control. But and we prove them to do that. We prove that to be true. We prove it to be true because we don't we don't deal with self at all. We don't deal with ourselves at all. Um, Especially that's why they put the weak over us so that things don't get resolved. So it become hard to resolve anything in this society. So I hear they're doing a lot of fear mongering on the radio station, you know, on the news. Um, they're gonna tell you that, oh, be afraid of Trump, or be afraid of the non-vax people, or be afraid of this, be afraid of that, you know, uh, be afraid to take chances, uh, money wise. Be afraid of this, be afraid of that, be afraid of everything. Don't take no chances. Uh, your life could be over at any time. No, you listen to that God. That's the God that is over our people. The God of fear. The God that wants you to fear it. Um, and it so happened that it's these Dems that are pushing our people to actually do this work and push this out to the rest of our people. That if you do this and you do that, uh, but why don't we do it like this? Like this? Like just come out and leave that little percentage of people that want to stay there. You don't have to live a life of fear, of, because either way you go, it's someone having control over your emotions. It doesn't. So if you don't vote for for somebody who supports Trump, you still. And then if you vote, if you don't vote, and if you vote, you're still in the same boat. If you vote and you don't vote, you're still in the same boat. Same boat. I mean, regardless whether you vote Republican or Democrat. But if you don't vote, you're not in the boat. That's the way I feel about it. That's the way I see it. But when you vote, you're accountable to that vote. And that's your decision. That's something that you and your mind, you putting yourself into. But and that's why I was for Trump, but I wasn't gonna vote. And I didn't vote because I'm not putting myself in that boat. But the whole thing is when push comes to shove, I'd rather root for someone who's going to tear down the system than someone who's going to uplift the system. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. I was voting for Trump. I'd rather not vote for him. I'm just pulling for him energy wise. But I don't think we should get involved, really. But if we're going to get involved, we should get involved spiritually. But I don't think we should be involved physically. Um, Because spiritually, I say this. Uh, like I said, tearing down a system that's been having us on a hamster wheel and enacting its control and power over us. See, Caucasians didn't have to worry about that until now. Until now, they are able to see that their rights and stuff has been affected, but ours have always been like that. We never had our free rights. Hey, Emmanuel, we never had our free rights and stuff. So, we've only had a fake, fictitious idea of having it, but they walked on all over the top of our paper. They walk over our papers and don't take it seriously. So, and this is why we allow it instead of coming in and utilizing our own powers and not allowing someone else to utilize it. That's where we're gonna get our respect. When we stand up and say enough, look, we're human beings. We're extraterrestrials. We're, everything, right? With that God. So look, we're not accepting this anymore. We don't have to vote. We're going to do this because this is not working for us. We've looked at it. We've examined it. We're no longer in the ignorance. We're no longer in ignorance. We see what is going on. Clear as day. So we're moving on into our light. And we're going to let that shine. We're coming back. We're back to our proper state, to who we really are. No longer can we be used. No longer can we think in our minds that someone else has the power, that someone else has the controls. That we should have ended this long ago. But our people, you see, they put this in play for us to have our independence, Black independence. But when everything got torn down, everything destroyed, people killed, that path got fogged. And they were able to put someone in power that we look at, that could guide us off our path, because it was foggy. We couldn't see our way back through. So that person had us on the path of being helpmate, to go back being helpmate to our very enemies. So we back in the house again. So we ended up back in the house, plantation house. And we got those people that are in the house and us in the fields, right? Who live in ignorance, pure ignorance, and they're able to be pushed in front of us and motivate us to be in the same ignorance. But luckily, a lot of us are not majority of us are not ignorant to anything that's going on around us. We just need We just need a way. See a way. See the light. See that light we're supposed to be up there with, and break down things. And luckily Trump comes along and wants to tear up the system because it's about ready to take his people. It's about to take his people. So he tried to do that, but they stopped him. And guess who they used to stop him? And guess what tool they used? Black people and fear. Once again, black people in fear. Us in our fear. We hindered ourselves. We hindered ourselves. But what are we going to do? Are we going to continue down this road? Are we going to continue to allow the Dems to do business as usual and us continue? Ooh, I should spray myself from these bugs. That bug almost hit my eye. Whew. Are we going to continue, to live like this? Are we going to say, like I just said, that statement, it's time for us to disengage, do our own thing, be part of the solution and not the problem, because evidently we were the problem in 2020. We were definitely the problem. So we got a lot of work because we're going to become the problem and we're going to stay the problem and we're going to be our own problem. I'm saying it's time to stop. It's time to stop and grow and branch out. Who can take the future being the same old bull crap? Who can do that? Who can take going into the 22nd century, the next world, the next dimension? Who can take being in the next dimension with the sickening, gut-wrenching, same old BS? Something's got to change. And you're the people to change it. You got the power. You can save the world. You have the world, you have the power in your hands to make this a better place. We got those ignorant people who want us to stay in ignorance. I just defeated the system. And they were very, very ignorant. My eyes couldn't believe the things my ears alone could hear. It's just unbelievable what people stoop to, what level. You can't believe it. You can't even believe it with your own eyes and ears. No, it's amazing. But like I said, I got that out of my way. You pick it up and you just move it. You just move it gently. No destruction, no question, no answers, no nothing, no peace broken. Just move it right out of the way. Pick it up and move it gently and lay it down gently over there. so you can proceed on down your path nicely and peacefully. No peace broken, peacefully. At least with you. You don't know about the other party, but you know, at least with you. Um, I'm gonna be doing a segment here soon. I really want to do it, and it's called "Oh, She's Got Jokes." So, because I noticed my daughter definitely is a. She's got a sense of humor. My daughter Cheyenne, she's only a baby. She's 5 years old. She's got a great sense of humor. My mom is funny, and I think I got a little bit, just a little bit from her. And I just, I'm always dependent on other people's funny sense of humor. But people always think I'm funny, at least family members. When I'm in conversation, sometimes, they think I'm funny. So I don't know how many of you here think I'm funny sometimes in my talking, but sometimes I just have certain talents. Like I start to rhyme sometimes when I'm talking, and then just naturally it just comes out the blue. And I also have like a little sense of humor. So I like to pull, I always talk and um, let things happen naturally. So we'll see. Hey, DOD, welcome. But we're talking about Dems and them pushing fear mongering. Like talking, the first thing was Trump is going to do this, Trump is going to do that, which was all lies. And now they're pushing, they push that the anti-vaxxers are the problem for this whole situation and trying to cover up their footprints and their handprints, fingerprints, and in the game. Uh, so it's pretty much the people against the Dems and the people that are with the Dems don't even see this. So they're in a state of ignorance in a way. So because they can't see the hand that is rocking the cradle and causing the baby to cry and the ground to shake underneath of the baby. So we are in a situation where we need to start, like I said, stop allowing our emotions to be our weaknesses to be utilized, or they're going to keep us in a slave master slave relationship. See, that's what they're doing. They're trying to continue on the master slave relationship, where Trump doesn't really give a care about that. He really doesn't. He wants the system that put all this in play to be killed, to be done. But Black people can't see that that's what he was doing. Many Black people think he was being racist. They think on the small level. They think he wasn't trying to free you from the cage. They think he was trying to put you in the cage. Where we're already in the cage, so why do anybody need to put you in the cage when they're trying to bust the system that put you in the cage? That's what I'm trying to explain. He's trying to bust the system that caused all this havoc, because the havoc doesn't just affect us greatly more than anyone, but being that it affects us greatly like it does, you better believe it affects them. It affects the outsiders outside of our perimeters of who we are, because of what we're enduring on this earth. affects us, it's going to affect the earth. You better believe it. So when you're able to see that, which we're not able to see, the same with the regular white people are not able to see that we are affected by the but by what we are affected by, because they're not in our shoes to see, our points, and we're not in their shoes to see their points. You see, but there is a group that can take advantage of both points of blindness, and that's the elite, and they're doing the same thing they've always done, and until we do the overrated thing, which is wake up, and it's overrated, because people should be awakened by now. People should be aware by now. But I understand they put fluoride in your toothpaste and all this other stuff to get your mind stuck in such a low level of, oh, instead of saying, oh, let's just help this man tear the system up, and then we get out of it and we do for self, and then we go back and we let them know, hey, y'all owe us. Y'all owe us. You know, but we are able to then come out of a system that was made to control the planet, control the people on the planet. You see? And at the same time, get out of the same system, because once you destroy the system, it's no more. That means you're no more in bondage. That means you have your liberation. But many of our people couldn't see that. Okay. He said both parties push fear, Dems and Republicans. Yes, they do. Liberals. What we need to do going forward is to understand that, and do going forward is to understand, I'm sorry, that, and to always make our decisions with that in mind. Exactly. Exactly. Okay. Absolutely. We are the canary in the coal mine. Everything affects us first, then trickles out from there to everyone else. Exactly. Exactly. So we have to, um, the ancestors are speaking, and they want me to push this out. They want us to be, um, they want us to get, I'm trying to think of the word for it, what I'm trying to say. Be in, mm. Oh, I'm going to say it probably in a simple way, because the way they're coming at me, I can't grasp a hold of the word that they want me to speak out. But they want us to be, uh, giving back everything that was taken, everything that was destroyed, everything that was our language. They want us to get our wealth back. They want all of that to come back to us. They want us to be uh, um, like I said, I can't really push out the big word that they want me to say. Um, but I think that I'll get it and I'll repeat it. But basically, ooh, they almost hit me upside the head again. Uh, hey, uh, they want us to have everything back. They want us to get our just due, basically. Um, that's what they want, for us. So um, they are doing their part in the spiritual world, and we need to connect to that so we can be um, made whole again, back to ourselves, back to the state that we were in, like I was saying. And um, then when we're whole, the world around us will be back whole. And we won't have this wickedness that's in the air that destroyed us, that came along and destroyed us. Emmanuel said again, let me see if I can get this. I can't really read it on the screen, but we need to utilize a way to tear down their system using both parties, pairing them against each other as they do them against us. Exactly. 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 And we could do that. We can do that. You know, it's not impossible. It really doesn't take money, to do any of this. Only greedy people need that money for that. Um, because money is a form of control. But we got that mental currency, uh, energy that we can utilize for this. We do it on each other all the time on a small level, on a small level. So why don't we definitely, that is a good solution. Telling me reinvigorated. Now you manual. And yes, that's the word. Reinvigorated. Yes, they want us to be that. Thank you. Now y'all know I'm the real thing over here. And I only got so much energy. I only have so much energy, family. We we all, as being in the human form, we're in the weakest form. Uh, to be to tell the truth, because we are spirits as well as we are the flesh, but the flesh is a lot stronger in this realm than our spiritual part of us. So when we're dealing with energies, like I'm dealing with the phone and the computer sometimes, uh, and trying to deal with both worlds, be balanced, it's very, very hard. It's very, very tiring at times. Yeah, you're so right. Reinvigorate. Yes, they want us to be reinvigorated. Yeah. That's the word I was seeing, but I couldn't without a book, a dictionary, or I couldn't, or I'm on my phone, so I can't just switch over to internet and start looking up a word. Hey, General Mosquito, you made it. Hey, but them damn Dems, you know, you know what they did. These people knew what was coming. They could sense what was coming because they know our state is already a low state right now as Black people in America. And they knew what was coming next was them. So they were fighting like hell. I always use the term fighting like hell. Trump used my term, YouTube, for the longest. I told you all that they were going to fight like hell. And what you have to do is fight like hell back. But I never said that part because I and out there. I know that for a fact. That lies and fakery uh, uh, to make Black people look at that and say that they're a bunch of derelicts. back, family. I'm sorry about that. If they want a group of people to play this game with, that's fine. We'll move out the way. We do it on our own, and somebody else will take our spot, and we can start anew. If that's what y'all want to do, we need to start anew. And I really feel that we really need to be at that point and doing that, because they can't take nothing away from us. What are they going to take away from us? Putting somebody else in our low spot. Hmm? What we've already, majority of our people, uh, we think in our minds that we need the system, but we really don't. That's the truth. So when are we gonna, get over the pettiness and come together as a people and make things happen better for ourselves as a group of people? We don't need to be in that position. And yeah, we don't need to be in that state anymore. Well, family, oh, I think I'm gonna try to run the rest of the way out of here before I lose any more um, internet time from these trees blocking. I'm gonna part with you here. Uh, Join me for like spiritual night when we're gonna be on the 24th of this month. We're gonna do questions and answers from the spiritual world. You can ask questions of your loved ones. You can connect, and that's how we're gonna spiritually connect also as well. Because a lot of this Halloween stuff is about spookism, and to get us out of the connection to our energy, to our powers, and we need to defeat that. We really need to be defeating that because it's ourself. It's who we are. Big part of us. So, with that said, family, true love, real peace, and the higher self within the soul. Until next time, family, peace.